Everybody, it's Bob Boob. All right, this dorky guy here is Bob Boob, but we don't want to look at him very often. All right, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to have some fun. I hope you have some fun along with me. I'm at 308 Oliver Street in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. So here I'm looking north. All right, and right here, this would be Locust Street right here. Over there is the super cool, awesome Citizens Hose Fire Company and EMS service. This is the awesome West Company. So suppose if you work at West Company, well, maybe this wouldn't be a good house for you to buy, because if you lived here and worked at West Company, you would have absolutely zero excuse for being late for work ever. But then here I'm looking south, so Ditmar gas station, Ditmar fuel oil, a little plug for them because they're awesome, is down there. And then you can see here, you have all these beautiful homes here in what they call Uptown Jersey Shore. What they call the tree streets, but is there a tree called an Oliver? I don't think there is. One of the few streets. All right, you guys will have to comment if that is Oliver a tree. I don't think it is. But this is a nice place here. So I'm going to walk you around the outside here first then. So you got the front porch, a little bit of brick in the front, aluminum siding here. We'll walk back to the garage, but let me show you here on the north side. Now, as I'm walking and talking here, you know what? I'm just going to walk right down here and show you. There's a couple things to point out. Yep. Got natural gas here. Isn't that awesome? It one of the more affordable heating. Heating's expensive everywhere. 200 amp electric service going into the house. But this house, as of the recording here, there are several financing programs that I think would work for this. They have what they call these government loans, the FHAs and the PHFAs and the VA and the, oh, there's a squirrel probably looking for me because I'm nuts. Nice back deck there. But ask about the different financing programs that are out there for people. As of the recording, there's one of the programs that's at a 5.875 fixed interest rate. So that's under 6, of course, and that's really good. Here's the back of the house. There's the fence. Honestly, guys, I didn't look for a survey pin, but I'm going to say that to this side of the fence is probably the boundary line. Let's take a peek at the garage while we're back here. So here's some off-street parking here if you want to park a camper or a boat or a trailer, some space there. Then you've got back parking here in front of your garage doors. It's a nice sized garage. Isn't that a cool weather vane? Let's get the rooster on there. Cock-a-doodle-doo. I know, I'm not very good at doing a rooster sound, am I? Stick with real estate, Bob. All right, so again, back to that with the financing. The one thing too that's possible, now it looks like they must have had propane out here in the garage. That's, I'll have to run the natural gas line out to here, I suppose. But here we come into the garage area. So you can see it's a 2-car garage. We got automatic garage door openers there. I guess I assume they work. I'm not 100% sure on that. And here's gas heater. Mr. Heater, the Big Max. And let's see what else we got going on here. A little workbench area. Some steps. Let's take a look here, because this is a nice space up here. A second here. Follow my nose. Yeah, look at this. So, well, I can tell you. So each of these are 4x8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm counting 7 there. So that'd be what, 28 foot there. And then by whatever wide, these are each 8, 16, 7. So then you kind of got the hip roof on it then. So, yeah, well, here I can count the ones on the floor. 1, 2, 4, about 5. So, geez, about 20 by 28 here. Big space, lots of storage here. Looks like they were doing workouts up here and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, Pudgy Bubby Weeby's got to work out more. All right, so that's the garage. You guys want to go inside? All right, hold on. Be right back. Okay, so now I'm here back in the front, or the east side of the property here. That's where Oliver Street is. And I'm going to take you in through the side door here, or the south side of the property. So when we walk in here, you can see you kind of have a mudroom area here. We can take off your coat there. And then right here you see the first bathroom in the house. It's got all the, actually a lot of counter space here. Big shower right here. It's probably a 36-incher there. Oh, that goofy guy following me around the whole time. And then over here would be, I would suppose that could be used as a dining room area or an office area. You got several uses that you could do with that then. But I think I'm gonna take you this way. Let's go in through the kitchen area here. So you can see here with the kitchen, this is actually a really nice sized kitchen. You can see it's got the island with the sink, a bar space here you can sit around, lots of cabinets, lots of counter space, built-in oven. Wow. Over here's the stove top. Isn't this nice size? There's of course the refrigerator area. And then you have an area there for like you can sit at right there by the window. And of course that's the south side, so you get lots of light coming in there. Oh, and this is an interesting feature. Of course, we've got the wood floors here. I should point out, look like cherry actually. So believe it or not, this is an indoor charcoal grill. Yep. So if my son Jordan's watching this, he's probably drooling. He likes to barbecue and smoke everything. And then it has, I think over here, you hear that? There's a fan, so it pulls all the exhaust out. And so that's kind of a neat feature. You don't get to see that very often. All right, stop drooling over the indoor grill, Bob. We'll keep walking and talking. All right, so there's the front door. So this is the east side of the house. So you have this very large room, which again, guys, a couple different ways this could be used. It'll be a little unconventional, but because of that entrance I used, this could actually be a first floor bedroom if you want it to be. Now, that's a wood pellet stove, got the brick mantle there and behind it. But this is a nice size room. Could be used also as an extra den area. Just depends on, you know, how big your family size is and your lifestyle and what you're looking for in a house then. And there's the steps to go upstairs. Okay, hold on. I'm going to push pause so I don't trip while I'm talking to you. Okay, I didn't trip. Of course, if I did, you wouldn't know, right? I didn't, though. All right, so now I'm up on the second floor here, and we got lots going on up here. So here's a bedroom here. Of course, this would be on the back side or the west side of the house. And I'm sorry, this is kind of blackened because they wanted to keep it dark in this bedroom, which they did. It has a double closet, carpet here. But it's a nice size room. You can see here. Then we come over here, and we see bathroom number 2. Of course, there's the throne. And this has, actually, let me show you this. This actually is a full tub. Look at that. Hubba Bubba tub. Got the jets in there. I don't know if that's Jacuzzi brand or which one it is, but hey, there's one of those smiley sponges. Aren't they the greatest creation in the world? All right, maybe not the greatest, but they're at least top 25. Can you give me that? We come around here. Here's the goofy guy, Boob. Yep, somebody took the sink. So we would have to put a sink in here. I'm sure that'll be a requirement with financing too, but it can fit. I think you could get a 3036 in there pretty easy. 1824, no problem, but I guess it would just depend. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I do that a lot anyhow then. All right, guys, I'll move on. Back to the hallway. One of the things I started to talk to you about there, and I'll just kind of keep talking about this as I show you the other 2 bedroom areas here. And we have the wood floors in here. Closing cost. So one of the areas that we find that people struggle with is having enough money for down payment and closing cost. There are actually programs that will allow you to get help with the closing cost. And yeah, so I guess what I would just say is just reach out to me or any of my super cool, awesome agents at Century 21 First Choice Realty. If you got your own realtor, ask them. They should know about it. If they don't, tell them to get a hold of me. I'll tell them about it then, no problem. You can see here we have, let's show you this, thermal windows, double pane. So those are really nice. And then we come over here and we have the attic area. Okay, now let me push pause. Don't trip and bust my face going up the attic here. Okay, so now I'm up in the attic and you can see it's floored. Got a nice pitch to the roof and a lot of storage area here. Of course, I don't know if you can see right there's where the steps and just came up. But then when I turn east, look at this. This is like a finished off room here. Somebody I don't know if they use this as a den, a bedroom for a kid, or whatever, but it like has a clothes rack here. You know, it's got the window shelving. So again, here, if you need to sneak in an extra bedroom or guest room, this actually could be a good spot to do that. All right, guys. All right. Oh, I got to take you downstairs and show you the backside and the basement. All right, hold on. Okay, guys. So now we're back downstairs here. Look at these beautiful floors. Aren't these really nice? So this area is pretty versatile because, like I said earlier, you can even make it a dining area, office area. Be creative with it then. Big closet underneath there. Yeah, look at this room. This is ginormous. You see why that front room, which would have been the old living room, that they're using this thing is, look at these beams here. This is a really, really nice space here. And of course, you got the big slider there, lots of natural lighting, big windows over here on the north side. There's a natural gas heater right there. And again, has this beautiful wood floors. So this also could make a really nice living room, family room, whatever you want to call it. And with an auxiliary area over here for maybe even in-home if you need that. But isn't that neat with the tongue groove pine board? And there's a hook. You can hang a bad kid from there. All right, just kidding, children, youth. Just kidding. You know, would never do that. See where we're at. There's the back deck area. So let me take you downstairs. So this is the basement area. Nice set of steps coming down nice and wide. And over here, you know, I don't know how one would want to use this space, but you've got lots of counter space over here, storage room. So I suppose, I mean, you got that nice garage for a workshop and everything, but this could be just extra storage. You could maybe even make a man cave down here, or I heard not too long ago, Estrogen Cove, which I guess is the female version of the man cave, but whatever you would want to do with it, I guess is my point. You got a heater down here. It's, you know, look at that. See, it's got the tongue groove pine boards. I mean, this is a beautiful room we see here. Now, let me show you over here. So this would have been the, can I say, from the old house, the original basement. So it's got the concrete floor on it. It does have a sub pump. Can you see right there? There's a sub hole there in case they get any water. Of course, all the personal stuff will be gone. But here you have electric hot water heater. Mentioned earlier, you have 200 amp service. There's a big 200 amp panel box there. And then back here in the back, because of course, I don't know what year this house was originally built. Most of these uptown Jersey Shores were actually like early 1900s, maybe late 1800s, but most of downtown Jersey Shore would have been 1800s. But uptown at one time was the development, like where, like who would want to live up on the hill? Of course, now everybody likes to live up here. But anyhow, you can see stone foundation. It's like there's a thimble. I can't remember if there's an old chimney still out there or not. But that's another gas heater. I don't know if you can see. It's another one of those Mr. Heater, the Big Macs. Not Big Mac, even though that does sound good. Big Macs, M-A-X-X. Just keep your pipes from freezing down here. But this is a nice space, isn't it? All right, let me think, guys. I think I have pretty much showed you everything in the house here that I can show you. So if you do want to schedule a showing or you want some more information on the financing programs, if you have a house to sell but you're curious what that's worth or how does that work if you got to buy when you're selling, again, really any real estate questions you have at all, give me a call. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video tour. Then it's a nice house, isn't it? Please tell all your friends and family about it. Bye-bye.